Sean "Diddy" Combs once stood as one of the most powerful figures in music and business. From platinum albums to fashion lines, from record deals to luxury parties, he built a brand that seemed unstoppable. But now, just weeks away from sentencing, the man who once bragged about living like a king is fighting for the chance to stay out of prison. And in a twist few expected, former President Donald Trump has just confirmed that a pardon for Diddy isn't happening. For a man already denied bail 5 times, this may be the final blow. So, how did Diddy end up here? And why does Trump's rejection feel like the nail in the coffin? Let's dive into the timeline, the courtroom battles, the desperate attempts for freedom, and the very public feud that might have cost him the only lifeline he had left: the legal stakes. Earlier this summer, a jury found Diddy guilty on 2 prostitution-related charges. But in what many called a shocking twist, he was acquitted of the most serious accusations: sex trafficking and racketeering. The government failed to secure convictions on those, but the guilty verdicts that did come through are nothing to brush aside. With sentencing scheduled for October 3rd, the possibility of 2 decades in prison looms over him. Prosecutors made it clear they want a harsh sentence. The judge has already signaled that the federal guidelines may call for more prison time than the defense expected. Diddy's lawyers argue the charges don't reflect the full story, but at this stage, the only thing that matters is the judge's ruling. And the mood in the courtroom has not been kind to him. The bail battle. If you thought Diddy could ride this out from the comfort of his mansion, think again. He has filed motion after motion for bail, only to be slapped down at every turn. This was his 5th denial. Judges have cited the same reasons over and over. He poses both a danger to the community and a risk of fleeing. His legal team tried everything: house arrest in his Miami estate, private security guards, even a $50 million bond. But none of it was enough. At one point, his attorneys argued that he was safer at home because jail exposed him to significant threats. That claim didn't move the needle either. Every attempt has ended the same way: denied. And with sentencing now less than a month away, there's virtually no chance the courts change their mind. Trump enters the picture. When legal doors start closing, celebrities sometimes turn to political connections. And few figures have handed out more unexpected pardons than Donald Trump. During his presidency, he surprised the world by granting clemency to rappers, business people, and political allies alike. For a moment, some of Diddy's supporters whispered the same hope. Maybe Trump could intervene. But that dream was short-lived. When asked about the idea of granting Diddy a pardon, Trump flatly rejected it. His reasoning? Personal history. Trump pointed to Diddy's past comments about him, comments that were not just critical, but downright hostile. In one interview, Diddy once said that white men like Trump need to be banished. Words like that don't fade away, and Trump made sure to remind everyone. It wasn't just a denial, it was personal payback. Trump made it clear he saw no reason to extend help to someone who had publicly disrespected him. Behind-the-scenes pressure. Here's where it gets interesting. Reports say that while Diddy's legal team never officially filed for clemency, some allies behind the scenes quietly reached out to Trump's circle. The hope was that political favors, connections, or even fundraising promises might soften Trump's stance. But Trump, now back in the spotlight as he eyes another presidential run, is extremely careful about optics. Supporting someone recently convicted, even if not on the most serious charges, would be political dynamite. Add the fact that Diddy insulted him publicly? That's a non-starter. So, while whispers of negotiations swirled, nothing materialized. Trump himself put the rumors to rest. There would be no pardon, No clemency, no deal. The last cards on the table. With Trump out of the picture, Diddy's options are shrinking fast. His team is preparing an appeal, but appeals take months, even years. They won't stop his sentencing in October. Could the judge go lighter than expected? Technically, yes. But federal judges rarely stray far from sentencing guidelines. And given the number of times the court has already denied his bail, mercy doesn't seem likely. Some have floated the idea of political influence beyond Trump. Other leaders, community advocates, or even celebrity petitions. But without a legal basis to delay sentencing, it's all noise. The reality is simple. Diddy is heading into sentencing with very little leverage left. What went wrong? For many fans, the hardest part is watching a man who once embodied success unravel in public. His empire, built on music, fashion, and celebrity,